Don't you hate it when you go to like check out a tool and it's like they have a pricing page and then you go to it and there's no pricing on the pricing page?
Yes. Welcome to adMind Analytics. My name's Adam Collings. I'm the Director of Marketing, and I'm here with Mike Query, our founding engineer. Right now, we're going to talk about pricing. We do something that's pretty unique. We actually post our prices on the pricing page. Imagine that. And we do that for a few reasons. Mike, walk us through. Why is it that we've decided to do this?
Well, for one, don't you hate it when you go to like check out a tool and it's like they have a pricing page and then you go to it and there's no pricing on the pricing page?
Yes,
the worst feeling ever. Makes you want to punch them so hard. And the reason that it feels like that is because you know in your heart, like, I'm going to call the sales team and the sales team is going to try and ratchet up the price on me. And it's like, why you
some 45-minute demo and build all this value?
Yeah. So one of the things we want to do is be straightforward. It's important to everything that we do in our business, but we know that our time is valuable and we know that we can create impacts. And so we just want to let you know from the very beginning, this is what it costs. Now, what we don't know a lot of times is exactly what work you need done. So we know the cost of what it takes to build an analytics practice like ours. We know what it costs to have the skill sets that we have all day available in-house, but we don't know all of the things that you need. So we've got our hourly rates there, but we don't know exactly what your projects are going to look like. And so when you reach out to us, that's the first thing that we do is say, well, let's talk about what you need specifically. And we try to discover together whether there's a fit. Now, sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. We don't have a sales team here. Our goal is to make sure that we work with people that we can benefit, that create brand value for us, that we can create outcomes for them that turn out to be win-win relationships. And that's something we discover together.
So we have three options for pricing on this page. We have an audit, we have ongoing stuff, and then we have on demand. Tell me real quick what the differences are there.
So usually our relationships start with an audit, a discovery phase where we say, let's make sure we understand all of the things that your business needs from your marketing data. Let's talk to your different stakeholders. And sometimes this is even helping stakeholders align with themselves. We ask questions and go, what do you guys need? And we get different answers. We go, okay, let's talk about what we really need to succeed. And then we look at the business systems and say, okay, how does web analytics function? What systems is it touching? And then how do they need to be set up in an ideal scenario to answer the business questions that we're trying to answer? And we get a sense of what the gap looks like. That's an audit phase. Then after that, we decide your team's got some skills, we've got some skills, who's going to do what work, and what does a project look like to address those things, or a retainer relationship to have ongoing sort of help and analysis. And so then we put together a second scope of work.
And the on-demand stuff is there for people typically around Black Friday who are like, oh, everything's broken. And we go, yeah, if you want to pay this, we'll throw some hours at it.
Yeah, every once in a while. I mean, we don't resource and prepare for this stuff. So this is kind of like the bat phone, red alarm, sort of like need help 24/7 stuff. And sometimes that happens in the holidays. Sometimes that happens when you got a critical system that goes down or something. So we do have that option.
Who are the best fits? What does it look like when they're the best fit and we're the best fit?
I think it looks like one thing that it's maybe easy to describe in what it isn't. It's usually not, we just need some extra bandwidth. We're not interested in thought, like client comes to us and says, potential client, we're not really interested in thought partnership. We know all the things that we need. We just need extra hands. We're usually not a great fit there. We're a better fit in a scenario where you go, what we need is some expertise. There's some things that we know we're lacking in, but we don't know how to describe them very well. Or we're working on getting alignment in our teams and we're having a difficulty doing that. We are good when we get engaged as a thought partner and then get charged with some of the fulfillment. But when we can discover what's important together and then go after it, then we can create some really rad outcomes.
Awesome. So orders of magnitude in terms of, people are generally with us for more than X amount of time. Yeah. And generally are investing more than X amount of dollars, but not so much. Give me a little bit of a ballpark. We've put the prices on there, but they're hourly. That doesn't really speak to length of engagement and total costs.
Usually, our goal is to build long-term partnerships, and we'll say that straight up front. what that usually looks like is that we get involved, and then over time, as a business matures, usually over the course of years, they replace our skill sets one by one by one. Once they understand what they are and what they do, then they go, okay, we can bring a data engineer on to do that. Okay, we can bring a web analytics engineer on to do that. And we go, okay, great. And we help, and a lot of times with the decision making of who to hire and how to hire to make sure that we are replaced and outcomes continue to get generated. Typical engagements, as far as like pricing goes, usually we're not talking about like $5,000 or $6,000 or $7,000 and you're done. Usually we're talking about like you're hiring a part-time team. So it's usually like you're paying for a partial resource or maybe multiple resources over time. And so it's usually like comparative to salaries of talented people.
So someone fills out the form or they use the website to reach out to us. What happens next?
Then we get to talk. So I get to chat to them, and we get to talk about to discover together whether there's a fit. And sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. And it's not a sales team. Our goal is to find out whether that really is the case. And so we discover that together.
At adMind, we help you build a proper analytics practice so that you can measure the influence of your marketing across the entire customer journey. This allows you to see how well you're doing at building awareness and converting users and retaining customers. If that's the type of conversation that you're ready to have, then reach out through the form here and let's book a free strategy call. If not, then stay connected to us on LinkedIn and YouTube until you are ready for that conversation. Your marketing does so much more than just drive clicks. It drives influence, and we can help you measure it.